This presentation is a collaboration between Dr. James Chowan, Dr. Sarah Mann, Dr. Gordon Cook, and the Workforce Planning Boards, and will provide an analysis of the Employer One survey data collected in 2016. We would recommend that you view the video of the 2015 analysis prior to watching this video to understand the background of the project and to better understand the analysis and comparison presented in this video. As a reminder, while each of the workforce planning boards conducted analysis of their own region, our research was able to aggregate all of the data from all regions and analyze at an aggregate level. Our research also allowed us to examine the mean of the entire dataset and determine which regions were above and below this benchmark for each variable of interest. Our analysis also provided an opportunity to highlight which findings were statistically significant, as well as the difference between those findings that were substantially versus statistically significant. A significant amount of time was spent cleaning the data to ensure that all missing data were treated consistently. Locally generated results may vary if missing data are treated differently, which can result in comparisons between regions being imprecise. In other words, while each region conducted their own analysis, some regions included organizations with missing questions, while others discarded entire organizations with missing questions. This made it difficult to make comparisons across regions using their own individual analyses. Therefore, we are able to provide comparisons across regions with our aggregate analysis by treating all missing data consistently. The purpose of this video is twofold. First, to present the 2016 data analysis, but also to present the comparison of the 2015 and 2016 data. The next two slides present the descriptive statistics for the number of respondents by region and then by industry. Throughout this video, we will go through these slides quickly, keeping in mind that you can pause the video at any time to view a slide in more detail. The next slide shows a comparison of key variables and the change from 2015 to 2016. It is important to point out that the differences may not be entirely due to changes in outcomes, but rather, changes in sample composition could be contributing to the observed differences. For example, if more large organizations, in terms of number of employees, replied to the survey in 2015 compared to 2016, this could be the main contributor as to why the mean total of employees declined over the period. Thus, it may not be the case that organizations are hiring less, but rather that the sample is made up of smaller organizations who hire less. The next 14 slides present the 2015 and 2016 results for each key variable by region, as well as the differences between regions. Again, we are going to go through these slides quickly, but you can pause the video at any time to view the slides in more detail. In order to understand how to interpret these results, it is recommended that you watch the 2015 video posted on the website. As a quick reminder, if we look at this slide, in 2016, 62% of organizations experienced separations over the past 12 months, which is down from 66% in 2015. The percentages are also presented by region. For example, 69% of organizations in Hamilton experienced separations. At the bottom of each of these slides, it indicates any significant differences between regions for both 2015 and 2016. This chart provides the correlations between the variables of interest and the change in correlations from 2015 to 2016. For example, there is a correlation of 0.34 between planning to hire and finding positions hard to fill. This positive and significant correlation demonstrates that organizations who are planning to hire are also likely to find those positions hard to fill. And that correlation has increased from 0.22 in 2015 to 0.34 in 2016. The next slide shows whether each region was higher or lower than average on each variable. A down arrow indicates that the region is below the average on that variable, and an up arrow indicates that the region is above average on that variable. This chart can be difficult to interpret given that some variables are positive and some are negative. For example, a down arrow on the hard to fill variable can be considered to be a good thing. So this slide presents the same information, but presented in a different way. For the good variables, the up arrow becomes a plus sign. But for the negative variables, namely separation, using a recruitment agency, and finding positions that are hard to fill, the up arrow becomes a negative sign. This chart can be used to present an overall picture of each region. More plus signs for each region could be considered to be good news for that region. We can get a picture of each region by examining this slide in more detail. The next two slides show the changes in each variable by region from 2015 to 2016. The red arrows indicate that the change is positive, and the black arrows indicate that the change is negative. The next two slides present some additional statistics not included in the original 2015 analysis. In conclusion, the results at the aggregate level are relatively unchanged from 2015 to 2016. There are fewer separations, and yet there's no decrease in the number of new hires. In addition, less employers are finding positions hard to fill, and there's a slight decrease in employers planning to hire. We would ask that you please cite this presentation with our permission. Please email us at the email addresses provided with any questions, feedback, or thoughts you may have on interpretation of the findings. We look forward to hearing from you.